As Christians, we know that our spiritual life is important. But what exactly is our spirit? Where did it come from? And what is this life we're talking about? Doesn't everything that lives have life? And how is my life different from the other living things God made? In Genesis 1, God said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness." God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. So the man and the woman were different from the other living things because they were made in the image of God. God did not say that about any other living thing. Let's take a closer look at the details around the creation of the first humans in Genesis chapter 2. In verse 7 it says, "Then the Lord God formed man of the dust from the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being." For this Bible study, we're going to call this unique life God gave the humans your spirit. God gave each human a special life, a spiritual life. He did not give this life to the plants or the animals. He gave this spiritual life only to the humans. Grab a blank piece of paper and let's draw what you have learned. In 1 Thessalonians 5, Paul identified 3 different parts of our life: body, soul, and spirit. We're going to use a classic circle diagram to help explain the 3 different types of life that living creatures have. The first circle represents a physical body. This body is the dust that Adam was made from. It has a specific form and takes up space. It is physical and earthly. And as Paul said to the Corinthians, it is passing away. One day it will return to dust, the very thing from which it was made. Humans, animals, and even plants have life in the form of a physical body. The second circle represents what we're going to call the soul. The soul is the unseen part of an animal. It can be defined by the characteristics of intellect, emotion, and will. It's your personality. All animals have a soul. Animals have varying degrees of intellect. In fact, some say animals have parts of their intellect that rival the human intellect. Animals also have emotion. If you have a dog, you can certainly attest to the emotion you see when you come home every day to greet your pet. And if you've ever had to train a puppy, you can definitely understand that animals sometimes have a very strong will. Both humans and animals have a soul. The third circle we're going to call spirit. This is the unique life that God breathed into us humans. Let's define it with the characteristics of morality, creativity, and purpose or destiny. Animals do not have morality. Your dog might decide to not chew up your couch while you're gone, but it's only because he's learned with his intellect that there are punishments for that type of behavior. He would never reason through that decision and decide not to do it because it would just be morally wrong. Animals do not make moral choices. Pondering right and wrong is a uniquely human trait. Of course, we don't always agree on what is right and wrong, but we do tend to agree that a moral wrong does exist. Humans are also creative. A spider might spin an intricate web that looks beautiful to our human eye, but she will make that same web tomorrow. She doesn't decide to get creative with the pattern. Ants will form an intricate society, but they will never create culture. A bird might be beautifully clothed, but I have never seen a juvenile bird decide she wants to dye all her feathers bright pink. Only humans create music, art, and unique customs that express our creativity. Animals also never ask, "Why am I here? What is my purpose?" Could what have just happened to me been prevented, or was it my destiny? Questions about purpose and destiny are also uniquely human. Sometimes the Bible uses the English words soul and spirit interchangeably, so it's important to pay attention to the context. We're defining them here in this specific way so that we can agree together that when we say spirit, we're talking about the part of you that is different from the animals. Jesus said God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship in spirit and truth. Our spirit is the part of us that worships God, and it's the unique life that God breathed into the first humans. In this study, we're going to look closer at this unique life, your spiritual life.